5 demonic things you need to get out of your house now. Buddhist teachings. Have you ever wondered why some spaces feel unsettling, as if they carry a dark presence that weighs on your spirit? According to Buddhist wisdom, certain objects might be silently draining your energy and disturbing the peace of your home. Today on The Journey of Wisdom, we'll uncover 5 demonic influences you may unknowingly be holding on to, each blocking harmony, health, and even prosperity in your life. Buddhist teachings tell us that everything around us holds energy, including the objects we bring into our homes. Over time, certain items can accumulate dense vibrations, creating an atmosphere that disrupts tranquility and fosters stress, anxiety, and even conflict within families. Imagine the relief of releasing these negative influences and transforming your home into a sanctuary of peace, where you and your loved ones can feel supported and energized. These 5 items may look ordinary, but they carry a heaviness that subtly affects your well-being. By letting go of these possessions, you'll create a fresh flow of positive energy, paving the way for greater peace and abundance. If you're ready to uplift the energy in your home and bring harmony back into your life, make sure to like and subscribe. Your support helps us continue sharing content that inspires and elevates. Now, let's dive into these hidden energy blockers and learn how to clear your space for good. Number 1. Personal documents detailing painful events. Holding on to personal documents that chronicle painful events, such as diaries, letters, or notes, can have a deeper impact on the environment of our homes than we might realize. In Buddhist thought, each word and emotion we express carries energy, acting as seeds that influence the atmosphere around us. When we preserve diaries or letters that recount our darkest times, moments of trauma, deep sadness, or significant loss, we unwittingly hold on to the energy of those events. These documents become silent but potent reminders, anchoring our past pain in the present, even if we don't consciously engage with them. Just seeing these documents, or knowing they are there, can bring those unresolved emotions back into our lives, creating an invisible weight that lingers, affecting not only our personal peace, but also the emotional energy of everyone who shares our space. The Buddha once said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts." When our thoughts are tied to these painful records, they can create a stagnant, sorrowful vibration within the home, filling it with a heavy presence that, over time, becomes hard to escape. Each written word in these documents holds its own charge, preserving the emotional intensity of the time it was written. This energy remains, no matter how hidden or tucked away these documents are. It's as though we have placed a part of our pain in every corner of our home, and with it, we may unknowingly carry a quiet sadness that can dampen our spirit and outlook on life. Buddhist teachings often emphasize the value of letting go as a path to inner peace. Keeping records of painful events runs counter to this, as it binds us to moments we have already lived and lessons we have hopefully learned. By holding on to such documents, we resist fully embracing the present, instead keeping one foot anchored in suffering. In modern life, we might say we're storing our burdens in physical form, thinking they will fade with time, yet, paradoxically, their presence reinforces our attachment to past pain. If parting with these documents feels difficult, Buddhist practices offer gentle methods to help us release this energy with respect and intention. Writing a farewell letter to the memories captured in those pages, or performing a simple ritual for closure, can honor those past experiences while allowing us to finally let them go. It's not about erasing history, but rather transforming our relationship with it, so our homes can become spaces of peace and renewal. By letting go, we're choosing to cleanse our environment of emotional weight and make room for joy, compassion, and fresh energy. As the Dalai Lama once said, the purpose of our lives is to be happy. Embracing that purpose requires us to let go of what no longer serves us, so we can invite in lightness and harmony that uplifts everyone in our home. Thus, by releasing the past respectfully, we create a sanctuary that reflects healing, growth, and the peaceful, loving energies that we wish to foster within ourselves and our surroundings. Number 2. Antique furniture from conflict-ridden places. Antique furniture, particularly pieces originating from places marked by conflict, tragedy, or sorrow, often holds more than just historical charm. It retains the energy and memories of those who lived and suffered around it. In Buddhism, there is a teaching that objects absorb the energy of their surroundings, becoming silent witnesses to all that has occurred. Consider an antique chair that once stood in a hospital filled with pain, or a table from a home weighed down by discord. These items don't just show signs of age, they carry subtle impressions of the emotions and events they were surrounded by. Bringing such pieces into your living space can quietly shift the atmosphere, creating a sense of unease, restlessness, or even sadness that you might not immediately understand. This lingering energy can influence both your emotional and physical well-being in ways that feel subtle yet profound. Buddhist teachings emphasize that certain materials, especially wood, act as sponges for this residual energy. Wood, being a natural material, absorbs the emotions, tensions, and vibrations of its environment. If it was present in places of conflict, sorrow, or intense emotion, it may carry these feelings long after, subtly affecting the peace of your home. An ancient Buddhist story tells of a monk who inherited a beautiful but ancient statue, exquisitely crafted but known to have come from a place ravaged by war. Despite its beauty, he sensed a weight in his meditation room that he couldn't explain. He tried various ways to ease the atmosphere, yet the room felt heavy. Finally, after consulting his teacher, he was advised to return the statue to nature, placing it in the sunlight and air to allow the heavy energies to disperse over time. After doing this, the monk found his space felt lighter, as if the room could finally breathe freely. This story reminds us that sometimes beauty and history may carry burdens not visible to the eye, but deeply felt by the soul. If you're drawn to antiques, particularly those with unknown histories, it's worth asking, does this item add peace to my home, or does it carry an unsettling presence? It's a personal choice, and many antiques can indeed bring character and charm. However, if there's a sense of disharmony, consider cleansing rituals to help release stagnant energies. Buddhist practices offer gentle, effective ways to do this. Placing an item in sunlight, leaving it outdoors temporarily, or using saltwater cleansing are all traditional methods to renew its energy. Incense, chanting, or mindful intention can also purify the space, inviting fresh energy. For items with sentimental value or significant meaning, try placing them in less used areas, away from spaces intended for rest and rejuvenation, such as bedrooms or meditation areas. The energy of the objects we keep around us deeply influences the peace and balance of our lives. Buddhist teachings remind us to cultivate environments that support clarity, warmth, and well-being. By being mindful of the potential energy held by antiques, we can make conscious choices that maintain harmony in our homes. Next time you bring an item into your space, consider, does it resonate with the peace and energy you wish to cultivate? In surrounding ourselves with items that truly uplift us, we take an active role in creating a home that nurtures our peace and inner balance. True beauty, after all, lies not only in the appearance of what surrounds us, but in the harmony it brings into our lives. Number 3. Personal belongings from others. Many of us may not realize it, but the objects we bring into our homes carry energy, an unseen essence left by previous owners, especially if these items were personally meaningful, like jewelry, watches, or other keepsakes. In Buddhism, it's believed that objects closely associated with a person are more than just things. They're extensions of that person's energy, capturing emotions, thoughts, and life experiences, both good and bad. When these items come from someone who faced struggles, trauma, or intense emotional conflict, they absorb and retain a dense, often negative energy, which can subtly affect the peace in our home. Consider a piece of jewelry passed down from a loved one who endured hardship. It's not just metal or stone, it holds memories, both joyful and painful. This energy becomes a part of the space it inhabits, and when it's tied to past suffering or unresolved feelings, it can unsettle the balance of our environment. As the Buddha wisely said, "What we think, we become." In the same way, the energy that fills our homes can shape our inner world. Keeping such items around without mindful consideration can be like welcoming fragments of someone else's emotional journey into our own lives. Think about the way certain heirlooms, no matter how beautiful, sometimes feel heavy or imbued with a presence that subtly influences our mood or the harmony of a room. Buddhist teachings suggest that this energy can disrupt the flow of positive energy, especially if the items have witnessed prolonged sadness, conflict, or heartbreak. Have you ever felt a sense of unease around an object that once belonged to someone who lived through difficult times? It's not superstition, it's the weight of their story lingering, shaping the space it occupies. This is why Buddhist practice emphasizes mindful awareness of the energies we invite into our lives, understanding that even inanimate objects can act as vessels of unresolved emotional energy. Consider the implications of keeping items from a relationship marked by tension or sadness. That energy lingers and can create invisible obstacles to peace, subtly blocking the flow of positivity in our relationships and affecting how we interact with those we care about. In Buddhism, it's believed that when we're surrounded by these memories of discord, they can prevent us from experiencing the full potential of harmonious and balanced energy. By holding on to items carrying this energy, we're essentially keeping ourselves tethered to someone else's pain, blocking our ability to cultivate peace within. What should we do then with such meaningful yet energetically charged items? Buddhist teachings offer guidance that respects both the memory of loved ones and the need for a tranquil space. If you feel deeply connected to these belongings, consider placing them in a neutral space, perhaps an altar or a chest, where you can honor the person without letting their unresolved energy influence your day-to-day life. Alternatively, purification rituals can help. Practices like burning incense, offering a small prayer, or dedicating a moment of silence can help cleanse these items of past energies. It's a way of bringing respect and balance, honoring the person without allowing their burdens to disrupt your environment. How do you feel about the idea of energy lingering in objects? What steps might you take to create harmony in your space? Reflecting on these questions can help us become more mindful of the environments we create and the energies we allow into our lives, making space for both respect and peace to coexist. If you're still watching, you're already on the journey to creating a space filled with peace and positive energy. Type "clear mind, clear home" in the comments to commit to letting go of these negative influences. Stick around until the end for even more guidance on building a home that supports your well-being and spiritual growth. Number 4. Weapons or war relics. Decorative weapons like knives, swords or war relics, while often admired for their craftsmanship and historical significance, can carry an energy far heavier than their physical weight, especially if they were used in violence or conflict. Buddhism teaches that objects associated with aggression, battles and destruction become conduits for the vibrations of fear, tension and hostility, which can subtly but deeply disrupt the peaceful atmosphere of your home. Every such object has a symbolic power. It represents not just the act of physical conflict, but also the emotional and psychological states tied to that conflict. This is not simply about decoration, it's about the lingering imprint that such objects hold. According to Buddhist principles, these relics can harbor the intense energies of the past, including the emotions, intentions, and consequences tied to their use. These objects, touched by violence and bloodshed, retain traces of these powerful forces long after their practical purpose has ended. Just as Buddhists believe that our actions leave karmic imprints on our soul, so too do these items hold onto the residual energies of aggression and fear, affecting the environment and those within it. Having these relics in your space is akin to inviting a vibration of conflict and defense, which can, consciously or unconsciously, stir up feelings of unease, tension, or even provoke subtle arguments and misunderstandings within the home. As the renowned Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "If we are peaceful, if we are happy, we can blossom like a flower, and everyone in our family, our entire society, will benefit from our peace." In contrast, items that evoke aggression or fear disrupt this blossoming peace and can unknowingly sow discord. When these objects are present, they create a subtle, instinctive alertness or need for defense, often leading to a continuous underlying state of stress. This stress detracts from the calm and serenity needed to foster well-being, creating an atmosphere that may seem off-balance or tense to residents and visitors alike. In modern life, where peace of mind and relaxation are already so easily threatened by daily pressures, the presence of such heavy, conflict-laden artifacts can add to the weight of stress and worry, making true relaxation at home elusive. To counteract this effect, Buddhist teachings suggest replacing items linked to war or violence with symbols of peace, tranquility, and growth, such as artworks depicting nature, harmonious elements, or even traditional Buddhist symbols like the lotus, which represents purity and peace amidst adversity. By consciously removing items tied to violence, you open your home to a softer, more welcoming energy that brings relief and calm to all who enter. This shift in environment can help cultivate a sense of security and unity, reflecting the Buddhist view that our surroundings profoundly impact our inner state. Ultimately, removing such objects is not about rejecting history or art, but about mindfully choosing to create a space that nurtures peace, allowing you to carry that peace into the world. Number 5. Photographs of deceased loved ones. In Buddhism, photographs aren't merely memories captured on paper. They hold a powerful connection to the individuals they depict, especially when those individuals have passed away under difficult or traumatic circumstances. When we display photographs of loved ones who endured suffering, the energy from their experiences may subtly fill the spaces around us with an emotional weight. These images, especially when tied to sorrowful memories, may unknowingly create a sense of mourning in the environment. They become silent transmitters of past pain, anchoring feelings of loss and sadness within our homes, affecting not only the atmosphere, but also the emotional well-being of everyone who lives there. As the Buddha taught, our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. When we surround ourselves with constant reminders of sorrow without the balm of acceptance, we may find it harder to experience that healing, and it becomes more challenging to allow new, joyful energy to flow freely. These photographs can stir feelings of melancholy each time we see them, keeping us in a state of unintentional mourning, even if we aren't fully aware of it. Think about it. Do you ever feel a quiet sadness, even without clear cause, when you walk past certain photos? This quiet grief can linger, creating what might feel like a shadow over our daily lives, making it difficult to fully feel lightness or serenity in the home. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate awareness of how such things subtly affect us. By honoring loved ones who have passed, especially if they endured great suffering, we can find ways to remember them that foster peace rather than pain. Additionally, these photos impact us on a subconscious level, shaping the emotional landscape of our homes in ways we might not immediately notice. Even with the best of intentions, to honor and remember those who have passed, these images can bring a heaviness to the space. The sorrow tied to these memories may unconsciously create what might be called an emotional imprint, affecting our mood and energy levels without us even realizing it. According to Buddhist thought, our environment is a reflection of our inner state, and conversely, our surroundings influence our inner state. Imagine a space filled with sadness, where every object carries a story of loss. Wouldn't that affect your spirit over time? That's why Buddhist teachings often recommend creating intentional spaces for these memories. If you have photographs of loved ones who experienced pain, it may be wise to place them in a specific area, such as a private altar, where you can honor them thoughtfully without allowing the energy of sadness to permeate every corner of the home. A designated space can help transform grief into reverence, enabling us to remember with respect and love, but not with the constant weight of sorrow. If you choose to display photos, try to select ones that capture moments of peace, joy, or harmony in their lives. Images that celebrate the beauty of their spirit rather than the hardship they endured. As the Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." A happy image reminds us of the joyful moments we shared, fostering a connection that uplifts rather than weighs down the spirit. So, how do you choose to remember your loved ones? What stories do you wish your space to tell? By mindfully selecting images that bring positive energy, we can create an environment that honors our loved ones while nurturing a sense of peace and warmth in our home. Through this small act, we honor not only their memory, but also our well-being, ensuring that our homes remain spaces of light, healing, and balance. By staying with us, you're taking the first steps toward a life free of negativity and full of harmony. Comment "inner peace" below to show your dedication to removing these harmful energies from your home. Don't leave yet. There's still essential wisdom to help you create a truly sacred space. Transform your home's energy. Buddhist techniques for a balanced and harmonious space. In our busy lives, filled with constant movement and distraction, our homes should be sanctuaries, places where we can find balance, peace, and restoration. Inspired by Buddhist wisdom, transforming the energy of our living spaces becomes an essential step toward creating a harmonious life. A balanced space nurtures our spirit, offering a sense of calm and clarity that flows into our everyday experiences. By using simple, mindful techniques, we can cleanse, uplift, and harmonize our homes, turning them into true refuges of positivity and tranquility. In this journey of transformation, we begin by learning to recognize signs of negative energy within a space. Often subtle yet impactful, negative energy affects our well-being, leaving us feeling drained or unsettled. From tuning into emotional cues to observing physical symptoms in ourselves and our surroundings, Buddhist teachings help us to identify these energies, understanding them as signals that call for renewal and balance. When we cultivate this awareness, we become more sensitive to the atmosphere of our environment, empowering us to address imbalances before they interfere with our inner peace. By bringing Buddhist practices into our homes, such as incense cleansing, chanting, inviting natural light, decluttering, and incorporating elements of nature, we not only enhance the space's energy, but also honor the sacredness of mindful living. Each practice invites a deeper connection with our environment and ourselves, transforming our homes into sanctuaries of well-being that support our path toward harmony and happiness. Number 1. How to recognize a space filled with negative energy. Recognizing when a space is filled with negative energy isn't always obvious. Often this dense energy shows up subtly, slipping under our radar in the flow of daily life. Yet it can profoundly affect our mood, health, and inner peace. Buddhism teaches that by tuning into our sensitivity and paying attention to small details, we can detect signs of imbalance in a space's energy. These signs might appear as emotional reactions or slight shifts in the environment around us. Practicing mindfulness helps us notice these energies before they grow into bigger issues, making it easier to restore harmony and peace in our surroundings. Negative energy often manifests through an unexplained sense of heaviness or discomfort when entering certain rooms, where one may feel inexplicably drained or tense. Many of us have walked into a space and felt the urge to leave quickly, as though an invisible weight bears down on us. This emotional response is an indication that stagnant or dense energy may be present. Buddhist teachings encourage us to see these sensations as messengers, signs that something needs addressing. Consider, for example, a room filled with clutter or objects carrying memories of past conflicts or sadness. These items can hold on to emotional charges that affect the atmosphere. If we feel emotionally burdened in certain areas of our home, it may be time to explore what might be causing this reaction, to recognize the objects or layouts that may be interfering with the energy flow. Just as breath anchors our spirit, awareness can anchor us in observing these subtle signs of imbalance. Beyond our emotional responses, physical symptoms often emerge when we spend time in a space with negative energy, as if our bodies are signaling for help. Headaches, chronic fatigue, or disrupted sleep patterns are common reactions when energy in a space becomes imbalanced. In Buddhist philosophy, our bodies are highly attuned to our surroundings, serving as vessels that detect the quality of energy around us. A home should ideally be a sanctuary, a place where we rejuvenate. When it becomes a place that drains us, our body is merely mirroring the imbalance within it. These signs are like small alarms alerting us that a space may need to be cleansed, reorganized, or perhaps infused with lighter, positive energy. Another powerful signal of negative energy in a space is the impact it has on relationships. When we live in a space with blocked or imbalanced energy, tensions and disagreements tend to rise, often without clear reason. Instead of harmony, the space seems to foster irritability and conflict among those who share it. When we observe ongoing friction, misunderstandings, or a general lack of peace within a home, it's possible that the energy within the environment is contributing to these issues. Buddhism reminds us that energy is both felt and shared, and our interactions reflect the quality of the space we inhabit. Just as a calm pond reflects a clear sky, a balanced home reflects warmth and connection among family members. Physical signs within the space itself can also reveal energy blockages. If plants wither quickly, Light bulbs burn out unusually often, or objects fall or break without reason. These may be subtle indicators that the energy flow in the space is disrupted. Dusty corners, cluttered surfaces, or neglected areas often attract and hold stagnant energy, affecting the harmony of the space. Buddhist principles suggest that everything in our environment reflects our state of mind. A cluttered, neglected space may mirror a restless, cluttered mind. A well-cared-for space, on the other hand, invites positive energy and vitality. Just as we clean our homes to remove dirt, we must also clear stagnant energy to refresh and renew our space. As Zen master Shunryu Suzuki said, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's, there are few." Clearing a space allows us to return to a beginner's mind, to an openness that invites fresh energy and potential into our lives. In modern life, surrounded by constant stimulation and often stressful environments, creating a balanced space is more important than ever. Our homes should be places of refuge where we can recharge, free from negative energies that disrupt our well-being. By paying attention to subtle cues, both emotional and physical, we become more mindful stewards of our environment, aligning our surroundings with our inner peace. When we feel drawn to cleanse or rearrange our space, we honor both our environment and ourselves, nourishing the mind and heart. As we cultivate a balanced space, we create a ripple effect, bringing harmony not only to our lives, but to the lives of those around us. A balanced home is the first step toward a balanced life, inviting joy, health, and compassion to flow naturally in and out of our lives. Number 2. Buddhist practices for a harmonious and peaceful space. One, incense cleansing method. The use of incense and aromatic herbs such as sage, rosemary, and palo santo has been a cherished tradition for cleansing and transforming spaces across cultures, and in Buddhism it holds a particularly sacred place. When these plants are burned, their distinct aromas don't just fill a room. They act as a gentle wave of energy that moves through the home, lifting and dispersing dense, stagnant vibrations, inviting a sense of renewal and calm into every corner. The lingering scent serves as a reminder of something much deeper. It becomes a bridge to inner peace, a pathway to mindfulness that aligns the energy of your home with a feeling of harmony. In Buddhism, the fragrance of these herbs symbolizes purity and presence, where the act of burning incense is not merely an aesthetic choice, but a meaningful ritual. For this practice to be most impactful, it's encouraged to approach it with mindfulness, in a moment of intentional silence and concentration, setting an inner dedication to transform the environment. As the Buddha wisely said, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life, reminding us that such rituals bring us closer to our own inner spiritual needs. By pausing in these small, sacred acts, we give ourselves permission to let go of the negativity that may have settled in our space, creating room for clarity, calm, and positivity. Modern life often demands that we carry stress and anxiety into our homes, unknowingly introducing energetic imbalances that can weigh us down over time. These simple practices offer a way to reconnect with tranquility, a deliberate counteraction to the chaos of daily life. By lighting sage, rosemary, or palo santo with focused intention, you're essentially inviting harmony back into your living environment, sending a message to your subconscious that this is a place for peace and rejuvenation. It's an act of self-care, not only for your space, but for your mind and heart. Because as the energy within the home shifts, so too does your inner world. Every breath of purified air you inhale becomes an affirmation of peace and presence, filling you with a subtle but powerful feeling of alignment. This mindful act, while seemingly small, allows you to feel grounded, bringing a sense of balance that extends beyond the immediate moment. In practicing such rituals, we're reminded of the famous Zen saying, "A peaceful home is a reflection of a peaceful mind." These words echo the understanding that our environment deeply affects our state of being, and in caring for our surroundings, we ultimately nourish our spirit. Cultivating this sense of harmony in our homes is not about merely following tradition, but is a deeply relevant act of self-compassion in today's fast-paced world. When you allow the soothing aroma of these herbs to flow through your space, you're not only creating a pleasant atmosphere, you're participating in an ancient cycle of healing and renewal, one that allows you to release old energies and welcome new, more positive vibrations. This continuous practice creates a sanctuary where stress can be dissolved and a sense of inner peace can be nurtured, helping to balance the emotional and energetic burdens we often carry. In this way, transforming your home's energy is not merely an external effort. It's a subtle but significant form of inner work that resonates with Buddhist wisdom, which teaches that our outer world is a reflection of our inner state. Just as the scent of sage lingers, so too do our intentions, leaving a lasting impact on the spaces we inhabit and the people we become. Such practices remind us that every moment offers an opportunity for mindfulness, for consciously aligning our living spaces with our aspirations for peace, kindness, and balance. With each ritual, we're actively choosing to create harmony, not just for ourselves, but for all who enter our space. In a world that often feels rushed and fragmented, this is a profound act of care and wisdom, echoing the spirit of Buddhist thought that values both the simplicity and depth of mindful living. 2. Using Buddhist mantras and chants. Using Buddhist mantras and chants is a transformative way to cleanse and uplift your home's energy, creating a space that radiates harmony and serenity. In Buddhist tradition, mantras are not merely words. They are potent sound vibrations believed to resonate deeply, dispelling negative energies and infusing an environment with purity and positivity. When you chant a mantra like Om Mani Padme Hum, one of the most sacred and widely used mantras in Buddhism, you're inviting an energy that reaches into every corner, purifying even the most hidden areas of your space. This chant, often translated as the jewel in the lotus, speaks to the awakening of compassion and wisdom within, qualities that naturally bring peace and balance wherever they are nurtured. Through this sound, you're engaging with something powerful and ancient, a vibration that has been trusted by practitioners for centuries to cleanse and elevate. As the sounds of the mantra resonate, they're more than just heard. They're felt, rippling through the air, the walls, and even the objects in your home, transforming them into vessels of calm energy. Think of this practice as a way to tune your space, much like a musical instrument, until it hums with clarity and calm. The intention behind the chanting is equally important, focusing on love, peace, or compassion, while repeating the mantra amplifies its effect, helping to create a sanctuary of spiritual renewal. Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Buddhist monk, once said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." In the same way, chanting can become your anchor, a practice that roots you in the present while purifying the space around you. Have you ever felt the energy shift in a room just by hearing a piece of music or a kind word? Imagine what consistent chanting might do to your home over time. As you chant, listen closely and feel the vibration of each syllable. Notice how your surroundings seem to soften, how your mind begins to settle, and how a sense of peace fills the air. This mindful practice not only harmonizes the space, but also deepens your connection to it, reminding you that the energy of your environment is an extension of your own energy. What intention would you like to set for your home today? Could chanting be the path that brings that intention to life? Embracing mantras as part of your home's energy routine can turn a physical space into a nurturing, spiritual refuge. And each repetition of a mantra brings you closer to the harmony and balance that the Buddha taught as the essence of a peaceful life. Three, welcoming natural light. Natural light is a central element in creating a balanced and harmonious space, embodying both the physical and spiritual qualities that uplift and energize a home. In Buddhist philosophy, sunlight isn't merely a source of illumination, but a carrier of life and clarity, which can refresh the energy of a space in ways that go beyond the physical. When we open our windows and doors to welcome sunlight, we invite renewal and vitality into our homes, a gesture that may seem simple but carries profound effects. Sunlight has the power to dissolve any stagnant or shadowy energy, creating a flow that allows positivity and tranquility to thrive. This is in line with the Buddhist understanding that light dispels ignorance and confusion, allowing a clearer, more harmonious environment to take shape. The Dalai Lama once said, "A positive environment reflects a positive mind." This speaks to how our surroundings can directly influence our inner peace and clarity. In the same way that sunlight illuminates and warms, it can help dissolve the emotional or mental fog that might linger in our lives. Bathing your home in natural light each day sets an intention of openness and receptivity, inviting the positive energy of the universe to flow in freely. Today's modern life is often cluttered and fast-paced, filled with artificial light from screens and overhead lights. These sources are practical, but they don't possess the same renewing qualities of natural sunlight. Artificial light can leave us feeling drained, reinforcing the importance of incorporating the sun's energy into our spaces. By making it a daily practice to open our windows in the morning and let the sun fill our rooms, we're not only brightening our physical spaces, but also inviting a sense of mindfulness and calm into our lives. As the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, "Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy." Similarly, by choosing to let natural light into our homes, we create a space that can uplift us emotionally and spiritually. Allowing sunlight into your home can be a ritual of gratitude and intention. Each morning as you open the windows, you can take a moment to be grateful for the warmth, for the clarity, and for the fresh start it represents. This simple act of welcoming sunlight can become a grounding routine, helping you reconnect with nature and your surroundings, even if you live in a busy urban area. Remember, Buddhist teachings often emphasize simplicity and intentionality. It's not about making grand changes, but about cultivating small, meaningful actions that transform our daily lives. In the same way that meditation brings clarity to the mind, sunlight brings clarity and peace to our spaces. By regularly opening your home to sunlight, you are not only refreshing the physical space, but also setting the tone for mindfulness and tranquility to enter your life. When we approach this practice with awareness, each day becomes an opportunity to bring more light into our lives, both literally and metaphorically. Over time, the quality of energy in your home will shift, reflecting a space of calm, joy, and warmth, a true sanctuary for the soul. In embracing natural light, we honor the Buddhist view that our environment is a reflection of our inner state. This practice becomes more than just a way to brighten your home. It becomes a way to align with a greater balance and harmony, transforming your home into a peaceful retreat that nurtures both your body and spirit. If you've made it this far, you're already taking the first steps toward transforming your home into a sanctuary of peace and balance. Comment below with "harmonious home" to affirm your commitment to creating a more positive, harmonious space. Don't go anywhere. There are more powerful techniques ahead to help you bring calm and balance into every corner of your home. Stay until the end to discover the full potential of these Buddhist techniques for a peaceful living space. 4. Organizing and decluttering. One of the most transformative steps in creating a balanced and harmonious home is maintaining organization and cleanliness. Think about how much better you feel in a tidy, open space. It's not just about removing physical clutter, but also about releasing stagnant, negative energy. When we allow dirt and disorder to accumulate, it's like storing little pockets of unresolved energy around us, and over time, these can weigh us down emotionally. By cleaning and organizing with mindfulness, we're engaging in a practice that's not far from meditation. Imagine each item you choose to keep or remove as a small decision about what matters in your life. By taking the time to sort through our belongings and decide what truly serves us, we're also making space in our hearts and minds for clarity and purpose. When we approach cleaning with care, it becomes a practice of mindfulness, one that encourages us to be fully present. The process of letting go of unnecessary items can help us release old emotional attachments, allowing us to create a space that's genuinely aligned with our current needs and desires. As Buddha wisely taught, attachment is the root of suffering. So by decluttering, we're not just improving our physical environment, we're actively reducing the sources of inner tension, promoting a sense of peace and simplicity. Think of your home as an extension of yourself. What does it say about your state of mind? If your surroundings are chaotic, it's likely you'll feel that same chaos within. But when your space is clear, it invites a similar openness and lightness into your life. This is why Buddhist practice emphasizes simplicity and intentionality, teaching us that everything has its place, and too much of anything becomes a source of disturbance. Ask yourself, what in my home truly brings me peace? What could I let go of to create more space for joy and balance? When we allow ourselves to consciously release what no longer serves us, we create a home that isn't just clean, but also energetically harmonious, a place that supports our journey towards inner calm and clarity. This approach turns ordinary cleaning into a powerful ritual, one that harmonizes the space around us with the peace we seek within. 5. Incorporating natural elements. To cultivate a peaceful and harmonious home environment, Buddhist techniques encourage incorporating natural elements like plants and crystals, inviting the energies of nature and renewal directly into our living spaces. Plants are a powerful symbol of life's continual flow and growth, a reminder of the Buddha's teachings on impermanence and the beauty of the present moment. When we bring plants into our homes, we aren't just adding greenery, we're enhancing the life force within our spaces. Plants breathe with us, purifying the air and connecting us to the natural rhythm of existence, softening the often hectic energy of modern life. They serve as gentle reminders of interconnectedness. As Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "We are here to awaken from our illusion of separateness." These small yet vibrant life forms infuse a room with freshness and vitality, subtly transforming stagnant or negative energy into something lighter and more open. Likewise, crystals like amethyst and quartz, known for their healing and energy-transforming properties, contribute to this balanced environment. In Buddhism, Crystals have long been seen as bearers of calm and stabilizing vibrations, acting almost as silent guardians of peace and clarity within a space. Amethyst, for instance, is believed to absorb tension and confusion, helping those nearby feel more centered and grounded, while clear quartz is said to cleanse and amplify positive energies, creating an atmosphere where the mind feels less cluttered and more serene. By placing these stones thoughtfully around your home, you create subtle anchors of light and calm, giving each room a distinct sense of peacefulness and intention. It's as if these natural elements, both plants and stones, work together in harmony, creating a sanctuary that shields you from the busyness and stresses of the outside world. This practice of blending nature's gifts with mindful intention aligns beautifully with the Buddhist path of compassion and simplicity, fostering an environment where peace is not merely an absence of noise, but an uplifting presence that everyone who enters can feel. In today's fast-paced life, where we are often cut off from nature and pulled in 100 different directions, such practices are more than just decorative. They are healing. They restore balance to our minds and hearts, offering a daily refuge that encourages presence, gratitude, and clarity. When our homes become intentional spaces, filled with elements that calm and inspire, they support our journey toward a more mindful, centered life. As the Dalai Lama reminds us, the more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your actions will be. In this way, filling our homes with plants and crystals is an act of love, not only for ourselves, but for all who share this space, contributing to a healthier, more harmonious world, one room at a time. Thank you for being part of our community. Remember, each choice you make to cultivate a peaceful environment is a gift not only to yourself, but to everyone who shares your space. Until we meet again, may your home be a sanctuary of tranquility, and may your heart be filled with compassion and light. Thank you for joining us on this thoughtful journey of exploring the hidden energies that may be quietly shaping our home environments. As we learned today, Buddhist teachings remind us that the items we surround ourselves with can either uplift us or weigh us down, impacting our peace, health, and even our relationships. By removing or mindfully managing these 5 types of demonic influences, we can transform our homes into sanctuaries that nurture well-being, clarity, and balance. Creating a harmonious home isn't just about cleaning or decorating. It's an act of compassion toward ourselves and our loved ones, a choice to invite peace and positivity into our lives. Imagine your home as a place where every corner radiates calm and warmth, where you can truly feel restored and at ease. This journey of transformation doesn't happen overnight, but each step we take, whether letting go of past burdens or inviting in light and positive energy, brings us closer to a space that truly supports our highest aspirations. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please consider supporting us by liking and sharing it with those who may also benefit. Subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom and turn on notifications to stay connected as we share more Buddhist insights and practical guidance for a life filled with inner peace, wisdom, and joy. Your engagement means the world to us, as it helps us continue creating content that uplifts and empowers.